Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Neil, and now the WolfPack Report is back on some new stuff. We're gonna call it the Booth Report. Now, the Booth Report is pretty much us talking about stuff that's going on in like hip hop and stuff like that. So, first topic in line is that fire, that Drake and Future album just dropped. What y'all thought about that, man?
Honestly, I mean, it was okay in my opinion. I wasn't 100%. It wasn't. I didn't like it that much. There was a couple jams on there that I really liked, but other than that, it wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna
I was jamming, but to me, like I wasn't expecting a Future and Drake album. I mean mixtape to really be as trappy as I thought it sounded. Like
It
I think it
was.
was really trap music. Like
be.
you
It
know
was
what I'm
very
saying?
trap. It was very
So
trap.
I thought it was gonna be more like Drake and Future singing love songs. You know what I'm saying?
That, you
That's
know
what I
what? That's what I
expected.
thought it was gonna be. I didn't expect something like that. But apparently this I wasn't expecting a Drake and Future mixtape to come out. Honestly, if anything, I thought because
Was this a surprise?
well,
No, no,
apparently,
actually, no, actually, like this was like anticipated for a couple months.
well they recorded it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it
They
was
did it in two
anticipated
weeks.
for
But
like a
did the
month.
beat seem like he was like actual like good beats, or it
No,
seemed like it was like some?
they were future based beats.
Hell yeah, bro.
Okay, okay.
Future based beats. So
You know
that's
what
what it
I'm
was though.
saying?
But honestly, I think that this wasn't because Future has said in an interview with the Breakfast Club saying that one of the things that he was going to do was with a mixtape with Meek Mill. But I don't know if something happened with since this Meek Mills and Drake beat came out.
Beef, Meek Mill's
I,
career
I
died.
I don't think it died, but what I'm saying is that we don't know what happened and how if a Meek Mill and Drake one's gonna come out. I don't know.
All I know is this Drake and Future mixtape was really anticipated. Like I was seeing stuff on like Facebook and like all this Instagram and Twitter. Like motherfuckers were anticipating this as like fire. Like I seen memes of like two cavemen making fire, and they're like,
Right.
"This is Drake and Future." You know, this is the first fire ever created.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this was
And
really anticipated.
what do you think is more of a flop?
No, I don't think it was a
Well,
flop
No,
because
the, the
it's still hit.
anticipation,
Like
anticipation.
anticipation wise,
Not the whole album being a flop, but people expected probably a little
no,
more.
because I was like getting text messages left and right. I was like, "Yo, you downloaded that fire? Yo, you downloaded that Drake and Future?" Like people was like really like hype about this, and people were like still jamming to this. Like it was all over like social media. Like,
well, like again, like you said, social media made it a big deal.
oh
But
yeah,
after listening to it, out of those, I think we had 14 songs. I think
yeah, it was
14 songs. I think maybe out of it, the best song is called Jumpman.
Jumpman was pretty
Jumpman
good.
was
that wasn't my favorite song. My favorite song was 30 for 30.
30 for 30. Yeah, but that was just him going off.
Right.
That's why I liked it. I think that was the only song that was different from every other song.
Yeah, I liked it. Now I'm looking at me reading.
I like scholarships. I like
Scholarship was
good.
good.
I like scholarships.
I was fucking with scholarship.
So far it's doing good. It made 500,000 this first week.
Oh dang,
Well, because of the anticipation,
that's crazy.
500. And that's not including. I don't think that includes the downloads that it has
Right.
because now
Well,
that
with
Apple have their
with Apple
free
Music,
download.
you can
and
download. Yeah,
option.
it's free.
Yeah, it was able to free. But
In a sense, it's free.
But for you guys that don't know the album, the mixtape is called "What a Time to Be Alive." So if y'all haven't heard it, I mean, y'all need to listen to it. Let us know what y'all thinking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let us know. Give us a comment. Let us know what you guys think. Do you think it was good, bad? Was it stupid?
I'm gonna say about 80% of people were like, "Yo, that's that fire. That's."
But are we considering 80% of people who actually really like hip hop, or just people who just listen to it on like?
I don't know. I think it's just a whole bunch of Drake fans.
I
You
can
know
see
what I'm
that.
saying?
I can see
'Cause-
that.
Like for example, your brother is a huge Drake fan. A huge Drake fan. He probably
Did
thinks
he
this-
listen? I don't even know if he listened to the album.
He's
Well,
not.
I spoke to Vince and he told me that there was a couple songs that he was really fucking with. Matter of fact,
Because
yeah, he was messing with that one song, Scholarship, but he said that was like his favorite song.
Scholarship was a really good. I like that one. That was probably that one, and maybe one or two of the other ones I like. But other than that, I didn't really like so much.
I mean, I can jam.
I can jam
like,
to
like
it. I can jam to the album.
Like, yeah, but like I was in the whip by myself and I'll turn up and you know what I'm saying, I'll be jamming, you know what I'm saying? But that's not what I expected from this album. I mean, honestly I don't know what to expect. I thought it was gonna be a lot more.
I thought it was a little more soft.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a lot more soft. I didn't think it was gonna be as. I feel like
Cause Drake ain't really that trap.
Yeah, he's not that trap. He's not like where he came from. I don't think he's that hood. Like I think Future. I mean, damn motherfucker from the South, and that shit really trap. You know what I'm saying? I don't think like the type of music that they both combine. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting more like turn off the lights and Drake going off. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was really expecting. But I mean, to each his own. Like I think everybody somewhat enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think most people enjoyed it. I mean, I made sure I got it off the Apple Beats Radio, so I knew it was once I saw it, I knew it was worth it. But it's not gonna sell. You think it's gonna keep selling?
Oh
well,
yeah, I think so because its first week 500,000. It's already went gold.
That's crazy.
You think
you think it'll hit 1 million?
Maybe, most likely. I think it can go up there.
I'd be very surprised because I didn't find it too. I didn't find the album too great. I think it was good. I think it's something you can bump to if you're in your car. You're riding down, windows down. You're just out doing your thing. But I don't think it's something like you can consistently keep listening to.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I first listened to the album, I was changing songs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think the reason, I don't know. I think my expectation of this album was really high, especially because of Drake's last album. Whatever it's called. It was like if you sit reading this is too late. That was like on point.
Yeah.
And then Dirty Sprite 2, Future, that was pretty fire too. So I think the expectation was high was because of those two albums that got put out. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, but the album was still hot. It's still selling.
Well, it's going to sell. It's going to
still
sell.
selling.
It's going to sell.
Well, I think these albums are like are these name albums. It's like, for example, let's say if Jay-Z and Eminem come out, a lot of hip hop heads would say, yeah, I'm buying it for the lyrics, but a lot of people would be like, I'm just buying it for the name because your expectation is gonna be a fire album.
Well,
I know, but I know, for example, like this Future and Drake. What was the first thing that when you saw, you were like, oh, okay, these are pretty dope.
I'm not a huge fan of Future, so I'd have been like, oh, it's probably gonna be okay. I think Drake would have probably made it somewhat okay.
I fuck with Future sometimes. Like I had bought Pluto and Honest. I bought them both, and there was a lot of tracks that I was like, okay, I'm jamming, but I don't know, like it wasn't as trap as this album was. That's what really got me was how trap it was. So I don't know.
We'll see.
Well, recently they were talking about Drake. Recently, Drake has come out with he has addressed the issue that he had with Meek Mills and what happened with the whole beef.
What was the whole
well he didn't get into too many details and stuff like that. He talked to Fader magazine and they asked him like where was he when he heard Meek Mills talking about him on Twitter. Apparently he was playing kickball and he wanted to emphasize that he was playing kickball. I seen
that on Facebook, bro.
That he was emphasizing. His brother came up to him and told him, hey, Meek Mill's talking trash. And that same night he came out with an album, with the song. What was the first one that he came out with?
Charged Up.
Meek Mill came out with Charged Up?
No.
Drake
came out with Charged Up. So that's what that's what they said. And then they asked him, did he have any idea that Meek Mill was gonna come out him like that? He didn't know. He said he was just as surprised as everybody, but he didn't want people to start acting like he was the Drake from 4 years ago.
Right.
They wanted that he's a new Drake and he got bars. And
but Drake said he wouldn't. I mean, from what I remember, Drake always said he wouldn't beef. He wouldn't start a beef.
Yeah, and that's and what's funny is that the interviewer, he asked himself about ghostwriting and stuff like that, and Drake didn't go too much into detail, but he said that I make records.
Basically, that means that he does have ghostwriting.
Well, like for example, but it's okay.
This is what he said. He said, "Fuck what you heard. I make hits."
But what I understand, I don't have a problem with ghostwriting. I actually don't think it's that big of a deal. You just can't say you're a lyricist if you have ghostwriting.
That's what I'm saying.
Just to quote him, he said,
because Eminem ain't got no ghostwriter.
Like for example, Drake. This is his quote. He said, "Sometimes you got to get by with a bit of help from your talented musician friends."
I totally understand, and I get that. I totally understand that people help you out and they make you figure out stuff. They help you figure out the beat, help you figure out certain things, and I understand. I totally get that, and it works for him because obviously he's one of the top hip hop artists right now. But what you can do is call yourself a lyricist if you have somebody write your music.
Exactly.
That's all I have. I have nothing against ghostwriting.
I have bro. Make hits.
Make it. But don't call yourself a lyricist if you got somebody writing your shit.
Also, too, like, you got to realize that I think that this beef was great for hip hop.
Of course, we've been missing beef for a long
I
time.
think this was like the cleanest beef. You know, a lot of you guys don't know, but the Wolfpack knows. But I'm a huge Meek Mill fan.
Right.
I'm a huge Meek Mill fan, and and I'm gonna say Meek Mill took a L, but I think social media made this beef go
lot bigger.
Drake fans made this beef
yeah
a slaughter.
Right.
Because let's be real, I honestly think if Meek Mills would have had put out that diss track he put out
But
a lot earlier, then
that's what the thing
'cause-
that I don't understand why Meek Mill didn't come out so fast.
I think he was really getting all this exposure that he was trying to do. Like he was getting all the facts straight before he was able to put the whole exposure
exactly,
out.
because
So I think that's what was the time delay.
listen, in hip hop, you gotta put that shit out quick and fast. It's
Well, I
not-
think too, because I think he was trying to, like, if you listen to Meek Mill's response, he has a lot of things when he references Quinn Miller, and he even puts Quinn Miller in the song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think it's important. But also, Meek Mill I think he's a little salty right now that Future didn't make a thing with him, because apparently, and Meek Mill again with the Breakfast Club, he had an interview and he said that they have over 20 songs made together. And I don't know, you guys heard the album, but they got a song called
Now, who do you think album would be better? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but if Drake came out with his album with Future, who do you think?
honestly, I don't know. I would like to listen to it. It depends what kind of.
I mean, Meek Mill is a little bit more, I'm gonna say, hood
right
than Drake.
So
I
you'd
think
expect more of a trap album from them.
That would have been the perfect album to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that Meek Mill and Future album would have been a better.
Like if you like turn up songs,
Yeah, that's what they do, because Meek Mill, he'll turn up.
like if you guys and his
motherfucker rapping, so like he's screaming all the damn time.
in his
you know
last
what I'm saying?
album, Dreams Worth More Than Money, he had a song with Future called Jump Out of Faith. Jump
Right.
Out the Faith. And that song was turned up. That's what I'm expecting from him. And now that Meek Mills is coming out with all this stuff, and he still got beef with Drake, because in one of his last concerts, a fan put a Drake sign up and a Meek concert, and Meek Mill just went off and was like, put the fucking sign off. And
I mean, but that's disrespectful.
It
bro.
is.
You don't
It
do
is.
that in the boys' concert and not expect some beef to start. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, I mean,
The
let's
beef-
be real though. I mean, back to back, Drake really put in some work.
yes.
When I first heard it, I wasn't as excited. The reason why I wasn't as excited because the last good beef I remember it's been a while since I heard real good beef. So I thought it was decent. I thought Meek Mills was a little bit better, but I didn't know that this was stuff that has already been said. I guess that Meek Mill basically talked about and
Yes.
stuff like that. Where Drake was mainly, he just came up with it and just put the facts out and it hit. I wasn't happy about it. As I listened to the Drake back to back a little bit more, I understood it.
No,
and I
same
liked it a
with
little
me.
better.
Same with me, because now it's on the top 10 charts, and
Bro,
It's like-
the radio plays back to back, bro.
No, I get
The
that.
radio plays
I
back
get
to
that.
back. I'm just saying. Though,
But that's just Drake in general.
That's
Drake
true.
just
That's-
makes radio music.
that's Drake
but-
being
but
Drake.
For a diss track to be
I
played on the radio.
I understand, but you gotta understand, like Drake, when most diss tracks, they get at you hard. It's a lot of cussing, it's a lot of a lot of things that won't play on the radio. Drake is not that type of person. He knows that his fans, if it's playing on the radio, they're gonna listen to it, and he obviously gonna become the winner because he has so many fans, and it's radio edited, the radio version.
I'm just saying.
Meek Mill isn't gonna come out with a radio version of it. Even if Meek Mill was to come out hard, it would never be radio version.
You're right. I agree. I'm just saying Meek Mill got bodied by singing.
No, he didn't.
no, he did. He took the L. He took the L. But now, I just saw on his Instagram that he's putting out Dream Chasers 4. So, that's something to see.
Because I mean, I like Meek Mill's mixtapes better than his album.
Right.
I mean, I think his first album, Dreams and Nightmares, was pretty good. But I always feel like Dream Chasers, his mixtapes are a lot.
Yeah,
better.
well, because what happens is that a lot of stuff can get cleared.
Yeah, exactly. And
So that's why it
and that's
goes
when
through
Meek Mills
mixtapes.
really goes in. I mean,
So
that's
he
every
hasn't-
other rapper.
He hasn't
so.
said when Dream Chasers is coming out, but he.
I mean, he has to. Let's be honest, because I think if he doesn't put anything out quick, I think Meek Mill's career is gonna end quick.
Well, let's see what happens because he got a lady now. He got Nicki, so let's see what
I think Nicki's saving his career right now with their
the
tour,
song
with their tour.
Well, the tour is over, but
but I think that's what saved Meek Mill's career.
Yeah, I can say that as a fan. I can say that. I could agree with you. So let's see what happens. Dream Chasers. It hasn't been unannounced, anything like that. So, before we end this conversation, you guys all know Fetty Wap, right?
Yeah.
He's pretty popular in the music world. I like, his songs are pretty catchy and stuff like that. But he just came out with an album.
I can't listen to too much of his music. I can't listen to too much of his music. I can listen to a couple songs. I can listen maybe a minute of the song. And after that, I'm skipping to the next song. Or I'm
I agree with you. I agree.
I can't do it.
I kind of listened to his new album that just got put out.
Okay.
And I probably heard the first 3 songs, and I was like, all right,
done.
cool. I'm ready.
I'll listen all the way to work.
Like, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure that this is an album or this is like a mixtape because it doesn't have a name. It's self-named as Fetty Wap and stuff like that. But, it has 20 songs. But you know what? It's on iTunes. It's like number 1. On iTunes, it's like number 1.
Of course, because he's popular now.
Bro, he sold his eye.
You know what this shows? You know what this shows? The state of hip-hop.
Of course. And that's what pisses me off.
Right
honestly, I think niggas like Fetty Wap, Migos, Future created their own genre in hip-hop that I don't think it should be considered hip-hop anymore.
It could be considered garbage music.
But you know what, dude? Fetty Wap.
I'm sorry. I can't. Listen, in the time that I grew up in music and hip-hop, from when it was like real hip hop to now where it's, it was at the time it was at a point where it was more lyrical, and now we're getting to where it's just bullshit music. Yeah. It's just whatever they can get out on the radio that got a good hook and people can sing along to.
You know who's messing it up though? I'm not gonna lie. You know what's messing it up is these non hip hop heads.
I agree.
That are not listening to the lyrics. They just listening for a beat that want to dance. That's what's messing it up. I'm a huge hip hop head. I like listening to the lyrics. I want to listen to a song and have to play it back because I was like, yo,
that's some deep shit.
Did you just listen to what he just said? Did you just hear what he said? That's woo. Play that back.
Right.
That's the type of hip hop I like.
I don't like all this bullshit.
Like,
supposedly hip hop.
With Fetty Wap, like that song Trap King, it was an okay song that made his career though.
Right. It was okay.
But that's all just like club jammers and radio bangers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's all
like
that
right
music
now,
will ever be.
Right now, if you don't have a club banger, you're not a musician and you're not considered a great hip hop artist.
That, pop hip hop, I guess is what you want to put it at.
I guess. I don't know. It's not hip hop to me.
Popular music. That's what I'm gonna put it at. Pop hip hop.
That's all it is. Top 40.
Genre. That's what I'm gonna name it.
Top 40.
That's what I'm gonna name it. Top 40 pop hip hop.
Hip hop.
There you go. I'm sorry. I just can't get into the music that is. I get it. Is now the way music is growing up, a lot of things is broken off into different sections.
Exactly.
I mean, it's kind of like what it reminds me of. It reminds me of rock.
Yes.
Rock has been alternative. All these different types of rock is broken into so many different categories. I think now that's where hip hop is going. Hip hop has started off. You got your bass. Your street hip hop, you got your southern hip hop, you got your New York hip hop, you got all things broken up, and you got your shitty music, which is like all the Fetty Wap and all that other stuff.
Bro, I blame Lil Wayne.
He's the beginning of that shit.
Yeah,
you know what?
He's right. That shit, bro.
He's the beginning of that shit.
He the one that started rapping. I mean, singing while he rapping. He the one that motherfucking started.
But then
doing rock with that motherfucker.
Right.
Man, Lil Wayne, you fucked up hip hop.
Fucked up hip hop. But at the end of the day, we just can only wait and see what big artists are coming out. I'm not gonna lie though. The last album that came out that I've been rocking to is that Travis Scott album.
I haven't heard it.
It's pretty beast. I like him. Kanye produces it, so he
put his
influence and stuff like that. It's a pretty dope album. You guys haven't listened to go check it out. A couple albums that are coming out that I'm ready for is that Joe Budden album.
Yes.
I'm ready for that. I'm also, Kanye hasn't said when he's coming out with this damn album, but we need it, Kanye. Can you just hurry up? I want to listen to it.
If the Joe Budden album that you spoke of, he got a song in there called Slaughterhouse. Which is actually pretty deep. It's a letter to Eminem for I guess I was listening to I think he was on the Breakfast Club or something like that. Yeah. Where he spoke about it. What he said was that it was a letter to Eminem, thinking that because he had signed with Eminem, he thought that Eminem's fame would come onto him. He said that actually Eminem helped him out because while he was listening to Eminem's music, as he was starting to get into music, it helped him out a lot because he was going through the same things Eminem was going through. I think it's a really deep song. People thought it was a diss to Eminem, meaning he was leaving Slaughterhouse or something like that, but that wasn't the case. It was basically him just showing props to Eminem and showing that like he see Eminem as a man and Eminem helped him grow as a man. That's why actually one of the quotes from one of the songs.
That's actually sound good. I fucked with Joe Budden hard.
Yeah.
I fuck with Joe. I fuck with whole Slaughterhouse.
Right.
A lot of people don't think Slaughterhouse is not even that good, but you know, and we have a good friend of ours that doesn't think that.
Should we even mention his name?
Nah, you don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about Jay. But I don't want to talk about Jay. But if you mean anyway, but other than that, there's one more album that I'm really anticipated on, and like this is gonna be fire. And that's gonna be that Cold World Mad City album.
Oh my God!
I didn't even know that was coming out.
You
J.
didn't know?
Cole and Kendrick Lamar album. They is putting it out, bro. Where have you been, bro?
Pre-order.
No, you can't. We don't know if it's gonna come out as an actual album or a mixtape.
But I mean, they already declared that they're recording. They already declared they in the booth.
Pre-order. I'm pre-ordering now. I don't know what's coming out. I want it now.
Talk about 500,000 a week, bro. That's gonna blow up.
That's the album I'm waiting for.
That's gonna be a.
That's the album.
That's hip hop.
That's hip hop. So I mean, but yeah, guys. I mean, I want to know what y'all think about this J. Cole album. I mean, the whole subject that we've been talking about.
Let us know.
Let us know what you guys talking about.
You know,
man.
if you guys want to get in contact with us, you can always hit us up on Facebook at the WolfPack Report. You can hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at WolfPack_report. And you can catch the episodes on SoundCloud and on YouTube at WolfPack Report.
Hit us up. Let us know what you think.
Let us know what you think. You know, we want to hear what you guys think about this Drake and Future, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. Let us know. Give us things you guys want to talk about. We're always willing to listen.
Yeah, let us know what you think about this whole booth report that with WolfPack Report just started up. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you guys think. Let us know. You know, the booth report, was it worth it? What do you guys think about this whole hip hop discussion, man? So let's go, guys. WolfPack out.
Yeah, I got a story I could tell. Darrell, they falsifying facts. It's tales of hell and Jezebel. It's like the world upon its axis. Has its origin in nature, but life ain't what it seemed to me. Puffing on the greenery, the slums is what it means to me. I seen it all, like the eyes of Christ amidst the people. Spike the life and list the sequel. List the people, sick, deceitful, evil thoughts across my cross to bear. Course I toss, I lost it there. Finest arrogance, my talent sense, I kept it forced for years. My verbal inspirations penetrating, instigating.